Key 1. Stoic. Do you ever feel like life is just a blur? Days packed with tasks. Yet when you look back, it feels like nothing meaningful has been accomplished. It's draining, like running in place, always busy but never really moving forward. It's easy to get caught in this cycle, feeling like you're just surviving, not thriving. But here's a thought. What if the issue isn't how much you're doing, but how you're doing it? Most of us tend to react to life, rushing from one task to another, distracted by every little urgency. But the Stoics remind us that true fulfillment doesn't come from constant busyness, but from living with intention. Your habits shape who you are and who you become. As Epictetus wisely said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The habits we're about to explore are not shortcuts to quick success. They're tools to help you align your daily actions with your deeper values. Whether you're starting over or feeling stuck in the grind, these habits can help you reclaim your power, live with purpose, and create the life you've been searching for. Have you ever noticed how often we blame the world around us when things don't go right? Bad weather ruins plans, a rude coworker ruins our mood, or unexpected traffic throws off our day. It's easy to feel like the universe is working against us. But what if the real challenge isn't the outside world, but how we respond to it? The Stoics believed our true power lies not in controlling life's events, but in mastering how we react to them. This is at the core of being proactive. Life will throw challenges your way, delays, disappointments, difficult people. But none of these things have the power to derail you unless you let them. Being proactive means taking control of your mind, emotions, and actions. Let's break this down with a simple example. Imagine you're in line for coffee, and someone cuts in front of you. Instantly, frustration starts to rise. But here's the key moment. You have a choice. You can let that irritation ruin your whole day, or you can pause, breathe, and remind yourself that this isn't worth sacrificing your peace of mind. This pause is where your true power lies. The Stoics called it the space between stimulus and response. In that space, you decide how to respond. Being proactive isn't just about managing your reactions. It's about taking charge of your life. Highly effective people don't wait for opportunities to come to them. They create them. Think of yourself as the captain of a ship. The seas might be rough, but a proactive captain adjusts the sails and keeps moving forward. In contrast, a reactive person simply complains about the weather and lets the waves control their direction. How do you practice being proactive? Start small. The next time something doesn't go your way, whether it's a delayed bus, a snarky comment, or an unexpected bill, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Most often, the answer is no. Redirect your focus toward what you can control, your actions, your mindset, your choices. Living proactively isn't about winging it. It's about setting intentions. Start your day by setting a clear intention, grounding yourself in the Stoic principle of focusing on what's within your control. Your thoughts, actions, and attitudes are yours to shape. Let go of what isn't. Have you ever felt constantly busy but unsure if you're doing the right things? Like you're checking off tasks and meeting deadlines, but questioning the point of it all? The Stoics understood that without a clear sense of purpose, we can easily waste time chasing the wrong things. They taught the importance of beginning with the end in mind. Imagine life as a journey. You can't know the right path if you don't know your destination. Starting with the end in mind helps you make clearer, more intentional decisions. Should you take that new job? Invest time in a relationship? Buy a new car? When you align your choices with your ultimate vision, you stop making decisions based on what's popular or easy and instead make choices that support your deeper purpose. As Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. To find your vision, ask yourself deep questions. What are your core values? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? These aren't questions you answer in a minute. They require reflection, journaling, and possibly some long walks to sink in. But once you start exploring them, your priorities will align with your purpose, and your actions will feel more intentional. A powerful tool to stay focused on your vision is creating a personal mission statement. It acts as a compass, a simple declaration of what you stand for and where you're headed. It could be as straightforward as, I live to grow, to serve others, and to find joy in the small moments, or more detailed, outlining your goals for career, relationships, and personal growth. It's not about perfection, but about creating a guide to keep you on course when life tries to knock you off track. Living with the end in mind also helps you say no to distractions. We're bombarded with opportunities, requests, and distractions every day, and without a clear vision, it's easy to say yes to everything, fearing we'll miss out. But when you know what you're working toward, it's easier to recognize what's a distraction and what's essential. As Seneca wisely said, it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Have you ever felt like your to-do list is running your life? Like you're constantly busy, but never really accomplishing the things that matter? You're not alone. Most of us live in survival mode, tackling urgent tasks and putting out fires. But here's the problem. Urgency often crowds out what's important. That's where the habit of putting first things first comes in. Think of your life like a jar. The important things, your health, relationships, personal growth, are the big rocks. The less important things like emails, errands, and social media are the sand. If you fill your jar with sand first, there's no room for the rocks. Focus on the big rocks first, and the sand will find its place. Key one at Stoic in life, prioritizing the right things is crucial. Imagine filling a jar with rocks. If you start with the sand, you'll never fit the big rocks in. But if you put the big rocks in first, the sand will fill the gaps around them. This is how life works. Focus on the most important things first. The Stoics understood this principle deeply. Seneca once said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Time is limited, yet so many of us let it slip away without truly focusing on what matters most. So, how do we identify those big rocks? Start by recognizing your priorities, those things that, if you give them your attention, will bring the most value to your life. Maybe it's spending quality time with family, focusing on a passion project, or prioritizing your health. Once you identify them, protect your time fiercely. It's sacred. No one else will prioritize your life for you. If you don't make space for what matters, distractions will consume your day. Speaking of distractions, they're everywhere. Emails, social media, and endless notifications pull us in, leaving us with little time for anything meaningful. The Stoics saw distractions as a form of losing control, where we let external forces dictate our choices. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it comes." You can only control your actions, your time, and your focus. Let everything else go. Embracing this mindset requires saying no more often, no to extra obligations, no to interruptions, and no to things that don't align with your values. It's not easy, but it's incredibly freeing. Every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Seneca warned, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." Protect your energy and make sure you're dedicating it to what truly matters. Rest is essential, too. The Stoics knew that balance is key. You can't always be in go mode. Downtime is a necessity, not a luxury. Make time for reflection, relaxation, and renewal. Those moments are what fuel you for the important tasks ahead. Now, let's talk about communication. When you're in a negotiation or a disagreement, what's your mindset? Are you focused on winning at all costs? The Stoics understood that true success isn't about winning, but about creating value for everyone involved. Shifting from competition to collaboration is powerful. Instead of thinking, "What can I get out of this?" ask yourself, "How can we create an outcome where everyone benefits?" This approach doesn't mean sacrificing your needs. It means finding solutions that work for everyone. The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes from humility, from setting aside your ego, and from listening to others. It's about seeking understanding first and agreement second. Cultivating this mindset takes practice, but it builds trust and fosters deeper, more meaningful connections. And when it comes to listening, the Stoics had it right. Real listening isn't just waiting for your turn to speak. It's about being fully present, hearing people with empathy, and asking the right questions to understand their perspective. Marcus Aurelius said that someone grounded in life doesn't need to seek approval from others. When you stop trying to prove yourself in a conversation and just listen, you'll create a space where others feel heard, valued, and more likely to open up. In every conversation, remember, people are not obstacles to your success. They are partners in achieving it. By shifting your mindset to collaboration, not competition, you unlock the potential for real connection, growth, and long-term success. It's a mindset, and it's life-changing. So what's the best outcome for everyone involved? Focus on your big rocks, protect your time, and engage with the world and the people around you with purpose, empathy, and collaboration. Key 1. Stoic clarity and objectivity. The art of understanding and synergy. Epictetus once suggested we do more than just listen to the words of others. We must also seek the intention behind them. In modern terms, this means paying attention not just to what people say, but also to what they don't say. We should listen for the subtle signs, anxiety in their voice, defensiveness in their posture, excitement in their eyes. These clues reveal far more than words alone, offering us a deeper insight into their state of mind. With this understanding, we can respond with greater empathy, meeting them where they are instead of merely reacting. But what happens after we have truly understood someone? That's when it's your turn to speak. And here's the key. When you've made the effort to listen deeply first, people are far more likely to hear you in return. Your words will carry weight because they come from a place of mutual respect. It's not about winning a conversation or proving a point. It's about creating an exchange where both parties feel heard and valued. Think about it. Some of the greatest moments in life happen when people come together. Whether it's a team brainstorming brilliant ideas or a family overcoming challenges and growing closer, there's a certain magic in collaboration. Yet, we know it's not always easy. Working with others can be tough. Personalities clash, egos get in the way, and it often feels simpler to just handle things alone. But when we isolate ourselves, we miss out on something far more powerful: synergy. The Stoics deeply understood this truth, teaching that humans are inherently social beings. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What brings no benefit to the hive brings none to the bee." In other words, when we work together, we all thrive. This idea of synergy is the core of Stoic thought, a belief that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's like baking a cake. Flour, sugar, eggs, and butter are fine on their own, but when combined, they create something far more delightful. But synergy doesn't happen by accident. It requires an open mind and a willingness to embrace differences. And this is where most people struggle. We tend to gravitate toward those who think like us, who share our perspectives, and who don't challenge our beliefs. While this feels comfortable, it also limits our growth. The Stoics would encourage us to step outside that comfort zone. Epictetus wisely said, "It is impossible to begin to learn that which one thinks one already knows." True synergy begins when we recognize that other people's strengths and viewpoints, especially when they differ from our own, are opportunities for growth. However, synergy demands humility. You must be willing to admit that you don't have all the answers and that others' ideas have value. This can be tough, especially when you're confident in your abilities. But as Seneca noted, there is no one so perfect that they cannot learn from others. Humility opens the door to collaboration, allowing others to bring their best to the table. But it's not just about being humble. It's also about trust. When you work with others, you're entrusting part of your success to them. It can feel risky, but trust is the foundation of any effective collaboration. The Stoics emphasize the importance of justice, treating others fairly and with respect. When you show trust and respect, others are far more likely to contribute their full selves, and that's when true synergy takes place. So how do you foster synergy in your life? Start by practicing active listening. When someone shares an idea, resist the urge to judge or dismiss it outright. Instead, ask questions, explore their perspective, and see how their strengths might complement yours. When disagreements arise, approach them as opportunities for learning, not obstacles. And most importantly, stay curious. Curiosity keeps you open to new possibilities and helps you see challenges as puzzles to be solved together. Have you ever felt like you're running on empty? Maybe you've been juggling responsibilities, pushing yourself to the limit, feeling productive yet drained. At first, it feels great. You're getting things done, meeting deadlines, checking off tasks. But over time, cracks start to show, fatigue sets in, focus slips, and even simple tasks feel overwhelming. It's like trying to chop down a tree with a dull axe. The effort feels endless, but the results just aren't there. The Stoics would see this as a warning. Even the strongest among us need to take care of the tools we use to navigate life, our minds, bodies, and souls. Let's break this down into 4 dimensions. First, the physical. Your body is the foundation for everything you do. Yet it's often the first thing we neglect, skipping meals, sacrificing sleep, putting off exercise. But here's the truth. When you take care of your body, you're not just improving your health. You're enhancing your ability to think, work, and connect with others. Regular exercise, nutritious food, and quality sleep aren't luxuries. They're necessities. Even the Stoics, who valued discipline above all, understood this. As Epictetus said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This includes taking care of the body's basic needs so it can support a life of purpose. Next, mental renewal. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with information, emails, news, notifications, and endless to-do lists. It's no wonder we feel overwhelmed. Sharpening the mental saw means creating space for focus and growth. This could be reading a book that inspires you, learning a new skill, or simply giving yourself time to think without distractions. Marcus Aurelius used his journal to clarify his values and work through challenges. He said, "If you're distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Taking time to reflect sharpens your ability to respond wisely to life's challenges. The emotional dimension is just as crucial. Life's demands can take a toll on our relationships and emotional well-being if we're not careful. Sharpening this part of the saw means nurturing your connections with others and practicing self-compassion. The Stoics valued relationships deeply, recognizing that humans are inherently social beings. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Gratitude and connection help restore emotional balance, making us more resilient in the face of stress. Finally, spiritual renewal. For the Stoics, this meant living in alignment with your principles and recognizing your place in the grand order of things. It's not necessarily about religion, but about finding purpose and meaning in life. When was the last time you paused to reflect on what truly matters? Whether through meditation, prayer, journaling, or simply sitting in nature, spiritual renewal helps you clarify what's most important. As you navigate life's challenges, remember that progress, not perfection, is the goal. Each of us can grow, improve, and contribute to the world more effectively when we take the time to sharpen our tools and approach each situation with clarity, empathy, and cooperation. Keep growing, stay grounded, and embrace the journey.